countries, I don't know that I would be able to survive. You know what I
You
mean?
can
I
heads up, you
I
gotta learn
feel
the
bad for
culture,
them.
you
There's
know.
so much going
Hmm.
on in these other countries, and I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that I was blessed to be able to live here in this country. And
Hmm.
I have a lot of respect for everything that has come down the pipeline for the people who have died for this country and to make it what it is, and so that we can live how we live. And I think we need to honor and respect that.
For sure.
Welcome, 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 everyone, to another episode with Echoes of the Opinionated. I'm your host, Eric D. My co-host,
Big Web, how y'all doing?
Big Web. All right.
Yo.
So today, we are going to talk about the Super Bowl halftime controversy. Just our opinions on it, and we're going to give what we think about the whole situation, and we're just going to talk about that. Bad Bunny. Right.
So,
First off, congrats to the Super Bowl winners, Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
congrats. Yes, sir.
Um, I feel like it's a shame that it kind of got overshadowed by the halftime show was bigger than the actual Super Bowl, but is what it is.
Yeah, it was more like third graders versus high school seniors almost.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how far out the context they took the halftime show.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest question is, was the was the halftime show in Spanish not a good idea? Was that a bad idea for people to put it in Spanish? Is that a
Oh
bad
yeah,
idea?
I think it was something new, something definitely new to the platform.
Yeah.
Somebody to talk about. So we'll see what it looks like going forward. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't speak Spanish at all, you know what I'm saying? But I did
Me
I
neither, yeah.
yeah, so like I did not obviously understand anything that he was saying. The music was good. He
Performance was
his
good.
performance was good. I did
Very
not understand the context behind what I was seeing. I did not understand that
yeah.
for various reasons. I'm ignorant to uh the things that have happened in Puerto Rico. So
Hmm.
I couldn't really understand what all of the uh
The electric
everything that
poles and all that, and
yeah,
the
what he
stars
was
going around and
portraying
all that.
in
Yeah.
in the show. I couldn't really understand that. And I think that a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people couldn't understand. I think that was where um it was the disconnect for Americans. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
but I will say in I rewatched it in on YouTube with captions in English, and I was able to understand and get some idea of what he was saying in the songs.
Okay.
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 And
Yeah.
then after that, I then watched a couple of uh I not of other podcasts excuse me, that uh per- explained the details in the show. Okay, so there was, like you said, like the light poles and the farmers on the light poles, and
Tall grasses.
yeah, that tall grass. It wasn't
The
grass. That
coke.
wasn't
The coke.
that,
Yeah. Human dressed up as
no. That was
different
sugar cane.
grass.
It was sugar cane.
Sugar cane that look like grass. Really?
No, that's what it was. It was sugar cane.
Is
So
it? Wow.
yeah.
Everybody was saying grass, but that's
Yeah,
awesome.
everybody thought it was grass, but it wasn't. It was sugar
Hmm.
cane. That's what
Okay.
what was one of Puerto Rico's biggest exports. Like I said, I learned a lot. If you watch some of the people's podcasts on the actual meaning behind some of the portrayals in the show, in Bad Bunny's show, it was a lot of meaning behind it, far beyond most people's what they
Yeah, a
knew.
whole lot of meaning. A whole
Yeah,
lot of
but
meaning. Good meaning.
but a lot of people didn't know.
Controversial meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a lot of people didn't know what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, First thing that I feel like, and I'm not going to speak on it too much, but the whole thing that where they had the turning point and they had a whole nother like halftime show on there, I feel like was kind of weird. And I can't say disrespectful because you know it's America. You do what you want to do. It's freedom of speech. But I will say it was kind of weird and kind of it didn't work because the halftime show ratings were still uh equal to that of last year and with Kendrick. So it's
Yeah,
not. I don't think it had too much effect on the watchability of the
yeah, for
of
sure.
the
I, in
of
all
the
honesty,
halftime
I
show.
didn't even watch. In all honesty, I didn't even watch the show, but
Yeah.
I did, seen the highlights of the halftime show. But I didn't watch Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
Team wasn't in it, so
Yeah, I know, same. Yeah, I didn't watch too much of the Super Bowl, but just being honest, I didn't. Like I said, but it drew me in when all of this controversy came out. So like, it kind of made me go back and see what happened, um, just to see what transpired in that whole scenario.
Mhm.
Um, but hey, listen, I'm not a huge sports fan myself. I think there's a lot of whole nother episode of that, with sports betting and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot going on with teams and things of that nature with regards to that, but that's a whole nother
Yeah.
subject. Um,
So they had this. So they predicted this whole Super Bowl in Spanish. I wonder why. What do you think? Why they didn't have like a live English translation?
I mean,
Translation.
they could have, but I feel like they could have.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it might have taken away from people would be watching the
Yeah, visually
the
watching rather than reading. Yeah, yeah,
reading the things instead of
yeah.
listening and looking at the show. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, me myself probably would have had like Google Translate out and tried my best to like see what he was saying if it worked,
Sure, for
at that
sure.
at that noise level.
I
Um,
have mine though. It says speaking Spanish. That's what it says.
yeah, yeah,
For those who are trying to speaking
that's
Spanish.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what. Like I said, I think the best case scenario was what I did. I went back and watched it on YouTube to get a little bit better understanding of it. I'm sure there was a ton of people who understood the meaning behind, like, let's just say, like the power line poles. So for instance, that was due to that whole scenario was due to um the hurricane that they had, hurricane
And them losing power.
yeah,
Yeah.
them losing power, and then nobody came to
Hmm.
help them. So the
Yeah.
farmers literally climbed up the poles and tried to put electricity back for their families. So
Hmm.
I feel like that is something I learned that I didn't know,
Yeah. And
and
that's the
then
one thing about cultural countries. You have to, learn it by observing and watching, and that's why I love everybody that goes on vacation and go to these foreign countries. They kind of learn a little bit about the culture.
yeah,
So this was like a live performance, also as you're looking at it, but you're also kind of getting a hint into the culture too.
yeah, and I think that was the biggest takeaway that we should have gotten from it is to rewatch it later and figure out what was going on. I feel like we owed it that much.
Yeah.
Um, at least to it's the same as when you rewatch a movie or when you rewatch a football game just to get clarity on like what exactly just happened, or see it again so you can make sure that you understood what happened. I feel like that's what we owed this halftime show, and don't pass judgment on it at the first sight just because we didn't understand the
Yeah.
language.
Hmm.
And
Many
I'm
people
not
said they
just
love
saying
it.
that. That's literally what I would have done. What I did is what I would have done.
Hmm.
Go
Yeah.
back and see if I can figure it out and hear what he's saying on, translate it how, on Google Translate or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the biggest critics judgments? Who do you think was the biggest critic, that people that criticized the performance?
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I could just be broad about it and say Americans
Yeah.
in general,
Right. Yeah.
but
Yeah. And
um,
people like yeah.
but
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people who just didn't understand what was going on, and I feel
Yeah.
like that was a turn off for most people. Just for watching it in general, it was just a turn
13
off.
minutes of it.
Yeah, it's it's
13 minutes
it's
of it.
it's
Yeah.
difficult. It is very
Hmm.
difficult to um to watch something when you don't understand it. And
Yeah.
like I said, having a halftime show in Spanish is a risky move. Did it pay off? I think it did. Bad Bunny is like the most streamed artist right now.
Yeah.
He shed light on
Yeah.
a lot of different bad things that happened in Puerto Rico. And
He's the
now
king of Latin pop.
now a lot more people are aware of the situation that's going on um in Puerto Rico. So I feel like it was a win-win for at least for Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? I feel
The
like
only
he
thing about the show that kind of threw me off was, I understand it was Bad Bunny, but having guest singers there,
oh
it's kind of
yeah,
odd. But yeah,
yeah.
got a little bit of, yeah.
I mean I, I don't know. I feel like that having some support from our,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
having some
yeah.
support, some American
The support,
support,
honestly, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
I feel like helped a
'cause
little
I don't
bit.
know. I don't know if she has a song with him. I don't know
I
because I
don't.
never listened to
The
that
song
album.
that
But
she was singing, the song that she was singing wasn't it wasn't her and his song.
Okay, yeah,
But yeah, so
but yeah,
I feel like that is the biggest part of that. And I think that people don't realize that Puerto Rico is an American territory. So he is an American.
you don't need a
He
passport to
no,
go there.
he's a well, you do now, but like before you
Yeah,
didn't. But
yeah,
he is an American citizen, even though because they can't vote because they're not in our yeah, they can't vote, but
yeah,
he is
yeah.
an American citizen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Part
so
of
I
America.
feel like yeah, he's American, and
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the part of one of the American territories.
Yeah,
And
indeed, indeed.
so and I feel like people miss that point too. I feel like people don't understand that it was an American on American soil singing for his foreign in his language, his heritage.
Mhm.
And I feel like we all do that. I feel like all Americans have their own heritage.
Indeed,
um
indeed.
and some people choose to go away from their heritage and be more American, and some people choose to stick with their heritage and do what their culture has been passed down for the whatever generations. You know what I mean? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. There's a lot of meaning behind it. It's an American sport, so it's like okay, it should be like American performance, but at the same time, we do gotta remember that we do have a lot of foreign people that lives here that
Hmm.
makes America America,
Hmm.
and also the food culture here in America is a high percentage of foreign food. So that's like so having a Super Bowl in Spanish by a pop popular, very Spanish artist is very unique in my opinion,
Hmm.
and it's a different, it's something new.
Right.
So as first time showing it to the people, you get that type of reaction like, oh my god, but then if who knows, maybe in the near future they have another artist speaking in foreign language that's popular, and they won't get a too bad of a reaction, but the performance itself was good. You
Right.
got people like in high positions that like they criticize it, but then you got people in other high positions like, you know what, that's a smart move, it was a good move.
Yeah.
Then you got artists talking about, hey, I think they need me next time, and we all know who said that. So, you know,
So, but yeah, I think we misunderstand what it means to be American
hmm
in this country. And I think we don't understand the mixture of people that we have in
yeah,
this country,
hmm
and the different dialects and the different um heritage
yeah, and the
different
cultural difference of food,
ethnicities.
ethnicities, yeah,
Yes, different foods, different cultures. We have such a broad aspect. And like I told people all the time, like people, they were like, "Oh, American this, American." I'm like, if you test any one of us, and you can look it up, It's on Google. If you test like DNA tests anybody in America, it's not gonna come back American. That's the crazy part. People don't unless
mm,
you're related to the American Indians,
Mm-hmm.
the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Unless you're to the Native Americans, then you will not come back. You will come back
Yeah.
with every other culture: Italian, German, Spanish, Puerto Rican, in my case, African and European. You know what I'm saying? You will never ever ever come back. It will never say American unless you are related to a Native American.
Native American. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. I agree. I agree. And I think
It's
it's a good,
literally on
a
Google.
reminder to us all.
It's
It's a reminder
literally
to us
on
all.
Google. It's not even like,
Everything's on Google.
yeah, it's not even like it's not even like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if you went and tested yourself, you're not American. It doesn't come back America. America is a place, it's a congregation where we all came together. All of these different cultures came together.
Different parts of the world, and we came here.
I think America is an ideal to me. It's a place where we where people have come, and we wanted to be free. We wanted to do what we need to do just to live and be successful and be happy. And there's rules within those things to do that, to live that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we made these
Yep.
rules, and they call them the Constitution. And so you live by those rules to live here in America. And that's what it means.
Yeah,
As long as you live, yeah, and a land of opportunity for opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you abide by the rules and abide by the laws and follow the things that we have come up for in the United States, you are fine. That's how that works. By the rules. When you come into the country, they say you know whatever you have to do to, to take the citizenship test and all that stuff to become an American citizen. That's what it should take, because that's what this place is. We're full of immigrants. This place is full of immigrants, people who all over the world,
all different cultures,
all different cultures.
But then European, Ukraine, all that.
Yeah, I mean, we have St. Patty's Day, we have the Italian parade, we have tons of heritage,
different parades,
and things like that.
One big melting pot.
Yeah, a lot of our foods are based off of other countries. The types of food we eat, how we eat sushi with chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? Just basic stuff. We have cultural tacos. We love a Taco Bell. Italian.
African food.
Yeah,
all that.
Everything.
Caribbean food.
Yep. And we have all of these cultures mixed in, and that's what makes up the United States. That's what makes up us as a people.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you look around, it's the craziest part is like they talk about not understanding Spanish. Bro.
Spanish is the second language.
It's the second language in the United States, but listen to me. Listen to me right here, okay?
What you guys say?
We have some dialects, like you have some we have some dialects in like New Orleans and down south, and we can't understand half of the words that they be using for stuff. We'd be like, what did they just say? And we're in the same country, but they have different dialects. You go up to New York, how they talk, their accent, and some of the words they use, you don't be understand.
What up, B? What up? What's going on, son?
You don't know.
What up, son?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all different. Yeah.
Yeah, you go out in the Midwest. They have the Midwest accent, like that Canadian accent out Midwest. You know what I mean? And I mean,
how you doing?
Yeah. I'm telling you, you have so many different.
It's all different.
You go down to New Orleans, they got that French accent down in Creole. That French accent down in New Orleans. The Southern, somebody who is a real Southern drawl, you could barely understand them sometimes.
Yeah, you be like, wait, slow down, say that.
Yes, I'm telling you. I go down there. I go down south sometimes, and I got a buddy that lives down there, and they ask me, where are you from? Where are you? You're not from around here, are you? And immediately they could tell because of the way I talk.
The way you talk.
Yeah, and I'm in the same country. It's just by the way I talk. They don't know who I am.
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Amazing. Yep.
So
Well, the fact that you had to break it down like that is just that just shows how we as American was taught growing up in
mhm,
this position of leadership and how they portray, America, America,
yeah, yeah,
America, is America. But God, remember that it's all one big mixed
yeah.
culture
It's
that
all
makes America.
encompassing. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And
You
like I
know,
said again, like
it is what makes America.
yeah, it is what makes exactly that's what makes
Hmm.
America is all of the different uh heritage and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you have, let's just say, you have two African people that came to America from from Africa or whatever, and they have a son or daughter over here, um, in America, so that now they're born in America. Okay, now the people came over, they're here legally, they did all the things, they have American citizenship, whatever. So they had a kid, but they they speak their language, they
Yep.
eat African food, they
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
they wear they wear the clothes, they want their
Hmm.
daughter or son to know that
Hmm.
heritage. Now they
Yeah.
still live in America and they're Americans by citizenship.
Hmm.
And what if the son says, "I don't want to learn it. I don't want to learn. I want to be American. I want to wear t-shirt and jeans. I want to wear Nikes. I want to do I want to go to Dairy Queen with my friends. I don't want to I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out into the fields. I don't want to farm. I don't want to do none of that." That's their
Well,
choice. That's what
yeah,
America
yeah.
is about. That's
Well,
what
when they
America
go
is
out
about.
there, they're learning that culture,
Yeah,
but when they come home, they're learning their culture. So you
right.
got two different,
Right. Two different
cultures learning.
cultures. Yeah.
So
Now sometimes they are kids the kids do learn both. Sometimes they
hmm
speak the language of their people and then they come and then they also
which
speak
is good,
English. Yeah.
because it's a
Yeah.
future opportunity in job related,
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah. And we have a lot of bilingual people in America.
A whole lot, yeah, a whole lot.
Mainly
We got that, we
Spanish.
got that, we got
I
that, and now we got future technology. Now we got
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, but I work with people who are from Puerto Rico and from
Hmm.
Dominican Republic and from Colombia and stuff. They speak perfect English, but yet they get on the phone and when they talking to their family, they talking in in Spanish. I can't
All
understand what they
Spanish.
having a conversation on the phone, but they can
Hmm.
stop and talk to me just as fine. So I feel like the culture design in America is
Hmm.
that some people choose to follow their heritage and some people do not. And we
Yeah.
as Americans can't fault people for wanting to follow their heritage, because
Hmm.
this is a free country and you're able to do follow your heritage as long as it's not breaking the law,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
As long
Follow the
as
laws of the land, and
yeah, you follow the law of the land,
you
you're
do what
free
you
to
do.
worship as you want. That's it. That's all it is. As long
America
as
is
you
a
pay your
land.
bills, do your taxes, and you do the things you're
Yeah.
supposed to do,
Yeah.
then you don't have
It's
to worry about whether you speak perfect English or whatever like that. That's you
yeah.
should learn it because makes it easier for you to get around.
It's easier. It's easier as many courses. It's a land of opportunity.
Hmm.
Great opportunity. If you're driven, you can reach far as you would, want to reach. Yeah, ambition driven, motivationally driven.
Yeah,
And if you remember towards the end of the Super Bowl, he had a sign that says, "Together we are American."
yeah,
You know what I
yep,
mean?
yeah,
And that just shows how it is. If you really step back and look, from one side of the U.S., to the other side,
yeah.
it's different
From
cultural people.
Pennsylvania to California, from
Yeah,
Jersey to
it makes what
California. Yeah,
America,
yeah,
north, south, east, west.
yep.
This is what makes America. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like people have to take a step back and understand that. I feel like they
I
have
think
to.
hmm not to cut you off, but I
Yeah.
think it was a reaction because they expected it, but they didn't expect to a point they couldn't understand. But I think it was a big move to kind of give everybody a surprise up front, even though they were expecting it. So going forward, they won't, they will accept it, but not with much rejection to a point where, the TV network has to make a turning point, just to counter it.
Yeah.
That's whew.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a lot,
yeah,
you know.
that's I mean,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know the second performance. I didn't even know. Like I
yeah.
said in the mention, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't
But
watch it
to
either.
make another show because when the Super Bowl is in Spanish,
It's crazy.
but
That's crazy
it's
work.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
It's crazy
crazy
work.
work.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy work.
That's
So
crazy work.
it's like watching, foreign movies. Sometimes,
Yeah,
like
sometimes,
Japanese,
yeah.
you can't understand it.
I
I mean, you
watch
can read the
anime.
subtitles.
Yeah.
You can read the subtitles, but then if you're watching the action, you can tell. Okay, you can kind of get an idea what's going on, what's the
Yeah.
reason they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just by visual.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going to another country and then you meet somebody that don't speak English, but somehow you guys can communicate, through physical hand gestures or, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for a car, I'm looking
Yeah.
for a taxi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now today's technology, you can pull out your phone and just talk
Yeah.
and then just translate it.
Yeah, and but you hear now that's a good point that you brought up because I wanted to bring that
hmm
point up too, which is
hmm
when you say like a lot of people say, well, you are in America, you need to speak American. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that is uh, a a crazy statement. Crazy.
yeah.
Telling you. Let me
In
explain to you.
today's time,
Let me
in
no,
today's
not even
time, the
in
way it's
today's
going,
time.
yeah.
Because listen. You go to another country, right?
hmm
What do you do when you go to France or you go to Italy or you go to Germany? The first thing you do is you try to find somebody who speaks English. You
English
know
every
why?
time.
Because you don't speak their language.
hmm
But
hmm
what if
But you do
they
want to go visit
yeah,
there,
you do want to go visit there. And plenty of
and they
Americans
do
we go
have,
visit.
yeah.
Now, what if these other countries told us, nah, we don't speak English. We only speak German. So you got to speak that. Or we can't help you. How the heck you gonna find a car? How the heck you gonna communicate? You could be looking at your phone, speaking in your phone like, I need a car, please.
Yo,
I'm telling you. I'm
today's
telling you.
they had books that translate certain words, which
Yeah,
takes a while to
yeah,
translate. But because, like I said, they with the AI with the voice translation, you select the language.
yeah.
Granted, not every language
Well,
is in there.
now, but I'm saying like, what
Yeah,
if that wasn't the case? What if we
but the
told
majority of it
people?
is.
What if we went to another country and they told us that they're not gonna speak English for us. We need to speak their language, or we need to speak Italian, or we need to speak Russian, or
What would you do?
I'd be stuck because I know I'd be stuck if I didn't have my phone to
So you, so
translate.
you, so you visit a country, and then because there's no translate, you're just gonna be like,
No,
what?
I mean
So
I'm
you
saying
they're
like if I didn't,
expecting a translator?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yo,
they expect here.
uh, uh,
They do the same thing here. They be
well,
telling
the thing is,
people, yo, you got to speak English. This is America. And it's like, bro, if you go to any other country and they said that to us, we would be in trouble because half of us don't know the other languages that they speak, you know?
they have translators now, which they use a whole lot from government to law enforcement and to like, you know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you could get
common,
hired
people
as a
going to work
translator. Yeah.
to get a translator. So
You
if
get all
it's
right.
possible over here, you can find a translator.
Yeah. But say you get
Somebody
locked,
that's
let's just say you get locked up over there. They ain't giving you no phone to translate nothing. You're gonna be
They're
like
gonna go by
you'll be like trying to find somebody who can speak English. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? I say the shoe is
a
on the
little
other
bit.
foot, right?
hmm
The shoe is on the other foot.
This is how you know communication is key in any form of way. It is crucial. It is what makes everything move forward. Which hence the Super Bowl, when something's happening and people can't understand it,
Yeah,
they like, what was that?
yeah,
But the performance is being done to you in real time.
yeah.
It's just the language barrier,
hmm
you know.
And it's
But
over.
that,
And then to your point,
yeah.
to your point, it's overcomable. It's
hmm
overcomable at this point. We
Easy.
have AI translations.
hmm
We have everything that you need to
hmm
translate nowadays. There
They got
isn't
they got
it.
apps. They
You
got
can
apps
speak
and all that.
English. You can speak any language you want to with the app. Any
hmm
language you speak it to it.
And
They
it'll
even got the
translate for you.
earbuds. If you felt that bad, you could have went to the Super Bowl with the earbuds on. The new Apple earbuds translate to whatever language you want to hear. Put them Johns on and you can talk. I forget how much they are, but the new Apple ones
Well,
you could put them in your ear and translate. They got everything.
here's another one. United Nations. All those foreign people from different countries,
Yeah.
they have that earpiece that
Yeah.
translates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got that one earpiece that's
Yeah,
translating
yeah,
whoever's
no,
talking.
yeah,
It translates in English. They
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then when they speak in their language,
yeah,
and then everybody else is wearing what he's saying in English. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
So I just think that that's where we're at. I think that we need to step back and
yeah,
step back and this is our food for thought. Step back
mm-hmm.
and assess the situation as human beings. That's it. Talk
That's
to
it.
each other
That's it.
and
I think they did that to kind of to have. You could correct me if you think they did that performance to kind of embrace the American culture to the Hispanic culture and whatever else culture
yeah,
is, to bring on a big stage
right.
platform.
To let everybody know that
Look at this.
yeah,
You got K-pop is super popular.
yeah,
Everybody in the world is watching K-pop. I don't listen to K-pop, but I hear that it's awesome.
yeah,
I heard a skit of it. It sounds pretty good.
yeah.
But other than that, it's like
So what is K-pop?
Asian music. Korean. I believe it's Korean.
Okay. So Asia.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
It's like
so yeah, you're right. So that's huge. So why is that huge? You know what I'm saying? I said I know.
When you look at that, some music you hear, it sounds very like hip hop.
I like
not
some
hip hop, but like more urban. But it was K-pop style, and it sounds real good.
yeah.
It sounds real good, and they do have a lot of foreign people on there also team performing. It's good. It's very
But
good.
you know what was
I seen one
funny?
performance. Uh-huh.
You know what was funny? What was that Justin Bieber song that was real hot fire for a little bit? The Spanish song.
Despacito.
Despacito.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that song
saying?
was hot.
That song
song
was
was hot.
hot.
Like the English version and the Spanish version. Sounds
Yeah,
dope.
it was
you don't
hot.
understand what it's saying, but you
I know, but you could feel it.
feel it.
You
You're
can feel it. You know? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's how it is.
That's how it is.
All because of Justin Bieber.
I
was
know,
on it.
right? That's
And the thing was
crazy.
in Spanish.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
in
just goes to
Spanish.
shows,
I know. That just
you know what
goes
I
to
mean?
show you. It's like I don't
Yeah.
feel like it has anything to do with Spanish. I think it just has to do with people not understanding who Bad Bunny was, part of it,
Mm.
and what
And
he
the
was.
timing was bad.
The timing was
Ice
bad, but
and all that.
they didn't understand what was in the show. But it's right.
Yeah.
You're right. Justin Bieber sang it, and it went to the top charts. But he's still
Top
Bad
charts.
Bunny is still one of the number one artists in the world right now. So
Yeah, he still is.
I feel like people
Still is.
love his music, and I can't say that I've listened to anything other than what I just heard on the Super Bowl. But I have heard his name. And I maybe give some of his stuff a little listen. Sometimes it's something that appeals to me. I have some African stuff on playlists and some Jamaican stuff on a playlist. And I mean, I don't understand every word, but I like the vibe. I like the way it sounds. Sometimes that's all you need. You know what I mean?
That's all it is. Even if it's for
I have
2-3
country.
minutes.
I have country music. I've listened to country music. Not all of it, but some.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the more commercial stuff.
I
But
listen to a few country music.
yeah.
Heard one country, what's that artist? Shabuzi.
Oh, okay.
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
So
it's just
but it just goes to show like different culture. Then you got Western and every
Right,
music.
right.
So it's all about the music that brings everybody together.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the big factors in the NFL. We're kind of bringing the cultural
right.
to American on the big stage.
Yeah. And we're all American.
It's the first time in history they did that to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
First ever.
Yeah. And we're all
So I think it's
American. That's
something
it.
new
We're
in 2026, you know
we're
what I
all
mean?
American. All of us. We're all American.
Oh yeah.
Every single last one of us. We just have to figure out where we can come together and what can bring us together. And
I think we will because we're American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
we have to make it work. We
Different,
have to make it work.
different negative opinions. Yeah,
Mhm.
different negative opinions from everybody else. But at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
technically we don't need each
I'm
other,
glad
for
that
real,
we
for
live here because I don't know if I would
Mhm.
survive in some of the other countries. I don't know that I would be able to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you gotta
feel
learn the
bad for
culture,
them.
you
There's
know.
so much going
Mhm.
on in these other countries, and I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that I was blessed to be able to live here in this country. And
Mhm.
I have a lot of respect for everything that has come down the pipeline for the people who have died for this country and to make it what it is, and so that we can live how we live. And I think we need to honor and respect that.
For sure.
With
Yeah,
that being
great
said,
opportunity.
With that being said, we're going
Yeah.
to end it right here. If you guys have any comments, throw them out. Let us hear it. We drop them in our comments. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music. We're everywhere. We're now on YouTube, and we're working on our TikTok account. So if you have comments, leave them for us. Talk to us. Echoes of the Opinionated. Web.
Remember, every word is underscore. Echoes underscore to the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Echoes.
So make sure y'all tune in.
Underscore. It's all there. So yeah, to that, end another show. I'm your host, Eric D.
Big Web.
Big Web.
And have a good one. Have a blessed one.
Peace.